Hey, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakhan HaKodash. A double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught us this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, it's a quick video, right? And I'll just stop it in between.
Death of Tanisha
Just
Chappelle, a
research.
Louisville woman who begged for help for hours before dying in the custody of the Jackson County Jail. She'd been locked up about 2 months, arrested in May of 2021 for shoplifting in a miles-long police chase that started at the Outlet Mall in Columbus, Indiana, and ended in a crash on I-65 in Clark County. For the first time now, we hear from jail employees there. She was dying. You can hear the desperation in the voice of Tanisha Chappelle. She'd been making calls like this for 13 hours, locked up in the Jackson County Jail. And 8 hours after this one, she was dead.
There is no peace. There's no making comfort with this.
This 23-year-old mother from Louisville
Hours of her begging and pleading.
died a slow, painful death.
I knowingly did nothing and allowed someone to die.
Crying out to people who we now know
I don't think she was sick.
didn't believe her
You don't know if they were faking it.
or refused to listen
Making a sense of your presence.
until it was too late.
What goes through your head and your heart when you see how your daughter was treated?
That they were evil.
Chappelle's death in July of 2021 brought protests and national headlines. 3 years later,
I'm confused on what really happened to her. I have my theories, but
It's like living under the weight of no resolution.
yes.
WDRB reviewed more than 20 hours of depositions from jail staff under oath. And the 800-page Indiana State Police investigation previously withheld. This is Chappelle's story, like it's never been told.
She kept saying she was vomiting blood, and the nurse said we need evidence of the blood.
The depositions we obtained reveal several missteps.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do unless you're talking up something crazy. Hang on.
Between 8 at night and 3 in the morning, July 15th into the 16th, Chappelle asked to go to the hospital at least 6 times. Guards kept coming to her cell,
I said, if you see blood in there, let me know right away.
but when one of them did see blood around 2:30 a.m.,
You went and told that to Scott, right? Yes, sir.
the sergeant claimed he was never told.
Were you advised that Tanisha Chappelle was throwing up blood? No, I was not.
Jail policy requires staff to call a doctor when an inmate vomits blood. They didn't.
Had it been your call, you would have had her taken to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Instead,
I spoke to the sergeant. He said that the nurse will see you in the morning.
jail nurse Ed Rattan checked on Chappelle a little before 9 a.m. on July 16th, the day she died. Records show he took vitals and offered her Tylenol, saying she'd have a full medical visit in the afternoon.
She told me that morning that she had sickle cell and ulcers, yes.
30 minutes later, she's back on the talk box.
I wasn't sure what exactly to do about it since I hadn't received any training yet.
Another misstep. Guard Raya Smith admits
Alrighty.
she never told the nurse or supervisors about that call.
So why did you ignore her there?
I'm not 100% sure why.
None of them. I feel like none of them did what they were supposed to do.
Late morning, Chappelle collapsed in a day room wearing only underwear covered in feces.
Do you not see we got a naked lady on the floor in here?
Inmates tried to sound alarms. Officers put her back in her cell.
I think so.
Hey, and this is just to show you that this man doesn't care about you, Israelites, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." Okay. The first time the Israelites left out of Egypt, they walked out of Egypt. All right. It says with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, man. Right? And that's what happened to the Israelites. All right, and this curse is proof that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. All right, but this shows you that you were sold into your enemies, man. All right, and we know that doing what the Lord requires, okay, to the best of your ability. All right, the scripture says, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him, man. Right, and this is a sad situation right here. Here it is, she in pain, you know, and Lord knows what she's done in her past, or what she's done that got her in there, or what she's been doing while she's been in there, right?
As her cries grow weaker, soon she's incoherent. Jail staff eventually move Chappelle to a room for monitoring, naked, wobbling, fading. She falls and hits her head on a bunk.
What's wrong with you?
I'm so better.
You feel what?
I feel better than I've been. I just want to feel better.
This is when they finally acknowledge she needs medical care. But she lays there 40 more minutes.
I didn't realize that she was unable to dress herself.
The nurse won't go in the cell.
Possibility of accusations. Not going to enter her. If she doesn't have any clothes on, I'm not going to go into the cell by myself.
You haven't moved at all.
He sends 2 female guards in.
Come on, you gotta get dressed. I can't get you any help until you're dressed.
They won't help her get dressed either.
This is just making us think that you're faking it. So if you're not going to get up and get dressed, we're going to leave you alone. And you can sit there and just suffer.
When EMS finally arrives, Chappelle props herself up on a wall, staggers to the gurney, and falls. She was dead at Schneck Medical Center 2 hours later. 5:40.
All right, real quick, this is Isaiah 55:6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, man. Right? Because this devil is coming down with great wrath. Right? Because he knoweth that he has but a short time, man. All right? And he has a hatred towards you, you Israelites, man. Okay? It says, let the wicked forsake his way. And the wicked is you Israelites. The wicked in this scripture. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return to the Lord. Right? Seek ye the old path, man. Right? Our people, they so drunk off of this Babylonian way, man, this freedom, or so-called freedom, that they don't think about the Lord. They don't consider the Lord. All right? It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. Right? And we know that the Lord's mercy endure forever, man. Right? Towards Israel. Matter of fact, real quick, this is Psalms 51:1. It says, have mercy upon me. All right, and this is David's prayer. I'm going to read the head, and it says, David prays for the remission of his sins, man. All right. It says, have mercy upon me, O power, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions, man. All right. And this is what we want. We want our transgressions to be blotted out, man. Right? We want mercy from the Lord. All right. I'm going to read this verse 7 again. Isaiah 55:7. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, he will abundantly pardon, man. All right.
42 p.m., July 16th, 20 hours after she first called for help. We found in investigative records competing theories on what killed Tanisha Chappelle. The medical examiner ruled it probable toxicity with a manner undetermined. Rumors in lockup, she was poisoned. The medical examiner found a green liquid in her stomach, but lab tests couldn't confirm it.
They treated her like she wasn't a human.
The other theory came from the ER doctor who treated Chappelle, that she died of a prolonged sickle cell crisis.
It would have been different if I'd known her medical history.
Jail staff say they didn't know about her pre-existing conditions. They didn't do the required medical questionnaires when she was originally booked. A third theory emerged in court records from the medical experts hired by Chappelle's family and the county, agreeing she died from sepsis due to an infection. And while doctors disagree about what caused Tanisha Chappelle's death, the family,
It's the fact that nobody helped her for hours.
they're suing, claiming the jail denied Chappelle her constitutional rights to medical care. The jail's medical experts said no physician could be certain earlier care would have prevented Chappelle's death. But this year, the county's attempts to get the case completely dismissed failed, clearing the way for trial.
Very, very, very angry.
But paying for Chappelle's death is not just about dollars and cents. They want criminal charges.
No answers with no justice. Like, it's the worst feeling ever.
For the feds to step in to give Tanisha Chappelle the help she didn't get behind.
Yeah, and this is why our people need to turn to the Lord, man. They trust in this system, man, right? And they don't understand that this man is the Lord's sword, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. Right? The Lord, Salakia, uses this man. All right? What's in Romans? I'm trying to think of how you say it, how to put it. Mm. Salakia. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, "But if thou do that which is evil," all right? This is speaking to the Israelites, man. This is anyone for real, because he the sword of the Lord. All right. It says, "But if thou do that which is evil," here, let's just go to it. All right. I'm gonna start from the top. This Romans 13 and 1. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High." All right. All of these powers that are your governors, your police officers, your chiefs, all of them, firefighter, commissioners, and all that, your mayors, your Congress. Okay. It says, "Whosoever therefore resisteth the powers, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation." Right? And this is a part of damnation, death. Okay, destruction. All right. And this is what we want to avoid. This is why we're not in the time of partying and, going out kicking it, because you get into some bullshit, you end up in the joint, you end up in the county, and then from there you get mixed into some bullshit, right? Verse 3, it says, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same, man. All right. And remember, we said that the scripture says, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him, man. Right? Verse 4, it says, for he is the minister of the Most High. Let's look up this word minister real quick. All right, it says minister, man consecrated to service. Okay, so we know what consecrate means, right? It says man consecrated to service in Christian church and ecclesiastic. Also an agent acting for a superior. All right, not that. I want to. I don't know. Yeah, it says a servant. Well, it says also an agent acting for a superior. Okay. Speaking of Esau Edom, he is an agent acting for a superior. Okay. He is acting for the Lord. That is the superior. Okay. He does what the Lord allow or tells him to do. It says an agent acting for a superior, one who acts upon the authority of another. Okay, it says a servant, a valet. All right. So this is why it's important for our people to understand these scriptures, to understand who their enemy is. All right. To first and foremost, to understand the names and to understand who their teachers are. Okay. Romans 13:4 says, for he is a minister of the Most High to thee for good. Right. He is a servant for you for good. Okay. It says, but if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. All right. Now, I don't know. Well, we don't know. Okay. But what I'm saying is the fact that they lacked the care, right? To let's get her some. Let's see. The very first time they, they didn't, and that's all of the Lord. The scripture says man's goings are of the Lord. So if the Lord have it on you to be urgent and eager and attentive, then that's what you're gonna be. Right? And if the Lord don't have you on it like that, to where something like this happens, then that's what it's gonna be. Right? But yeah, I just wanted to grab a few scriptures on this, man. Okay. Yeah, hey, Lord, willing you were edified. All right, in closing, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom to the